Well, hello everyone. So today I think we're talking about detoxification. And our immune systems are amazing things. We have been given these incredible bodies that come with an immune system. But at this point in our human maturation, we're under toxic assault. So everything that my mom does and that Caroline, working with my mom, does is create elements and supplements and good foods and great skincare to help keep your immune system operating as efficiently as possible by taking some of those toxins out of the off of your face, out of your food, and things like that. Obviously, those of you who've been tuning in know that we recently started this company called Wellaire. Wellaire is another immune support device that helps clean the air and the surfaces. It gets rid of 99.9% of viruses from the air and surfaces, 99.9% bacteria, mold, mycotoxins specifically, and mold spores, as well as VOCs. VOCs are off-gassing. So when you go into a new house and you smell that fresh paint smell and that fresh carpet smell, even though a lot of us enjoy that, I myself included, that is off-gassing, and that's actually chemicals that are off-gassing that are very harmful for our bodies. Have been proven many to be carcinogenic. So Wellaire actually kills those, 99.9% of them. So I just pulled this one out of our bedroom, so it's starting up again. You can see that it's going through its startup cycle where it goes through blue, red, orange, and it will do that for about 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, and then it'll rest wherever the quality of the air is. It might go right into blue and your air is pretty stable when it starts up. It might go into red and your air needs some work, and it might go into orange, which means it needs a little bit more work. So what I've done here is, this is the unit, but I have a 3-unit bundle right here. If you order 3 units, it comes like this.
How much does one unit? How much space does one unit cover?
1 unit covers 1,000 square feet, and it has a cartridge inside that lasts for 90 days. So you have to swap out that cartridge, kind of like a printer. You know, the cartridge is the fuel that creates the molecules that mimic nature. And what it's doing, getting back to the immune system, is it's mimicking nature's immune system. This is how...
Detoxification.
And detoxification. It's constantly getting rid of all of the viruses, bacteria, and mold and VOCs in nature. The problem is we all live in houses with our doors and windows shut, and we might have air conditioning on, and we need that, but we're not getting all that outdoor air from forests and places like that, where the air is really clean, and it has the same molecules in here in those forests that clean the air.
So is it a filtration system?
It's not a filtration system. This is not HEPA. It's not HEPA. It's not an ozone system. It's not a air plasma system. There are a few systems out there, HEPA being the most recognizable. HEPA was the gold standard, and HEPA is good at taking dust out of the air, but it's not really killing anything until it gets on that filter, and even then it's not dead, it's just stuck on the filter. I don't know if you've ever cleaned those out. Most people, if you're like us, you buy one of them and you think like, yeah, I'm going to clean the filter every 6 months or 12 months or 3 months or whatever it says, and you never do. And all that stuff that it collects just accumulates there. Most of it is still active, and you really need a face mask and gloves to change it. And if you can, change it outside if you have one. And you should change it regularly in order for it to have any efficacy.
Yeah, and HEPA is good. It's just...
HEPA's limitations is that it requires the airflow in the house. So as long as it's situated in a way where it can get that airflow, some of them come from underneath, it will suck the air in, and it sucks the air through a HEPA filter. And dust and contaminants collect on that HEPA filter. But two things. One, there are often dead spots in the room that it's designed to cover. So even though it's creating the airflow right here, there might be a corner where that airflow just isn't really moving very well. And two, and this is a big one, and we've been guilty of this, they're loud. And they're designed,
so loud.
Yeah, they're designed to work at their peak efficiency when they're up to their full speed, at their loudest, which makes sense. However, if you're like us, you'll turn it down to 50%. It's like, okay, I can stand that noise. Well, it's not a linear relationship. The efficacy actually goes below 50%. So even though you turn the fan down, you're thinking, well, it's still working half as good. It's probably working maybe 10 to 20% as good. And if you turn it down to 25%, and down to, if it goes up to 4 and you turn it down to 1, you might as well not have it off. Just open a window. That's going to be better, in all honesty.
Well, depending on where you live.
Yeah, exactly. Unless the window is, like us, we're right at the smog level. We have this beautiful view, but we get to see the striation of all the smog layers in Los Angeles, especially when the wind is calm. So this is, at the moment, $3.99. If you buy them in bundles of 2 and 3, the price is even lower. The bundle of 3 is $9.99, so they're about $3.33 each if you bundle, which makes sense if you have around a 3,000 square foot house, because this covers 1,000 square feet. And I don't know if you heard me when I was saying it cleans 99% of viruses, mold, bacteria, and VOCs in the air and on surfaces. And that's something that a lot of people, always have to cock their head and go, wait, how does it do it on surfaces? It's going out and attacking those molecules in the air, and it doesn't matter if they're in the air or on a surface. It's just going to attack them and kill the virus, kill the bacteria, kill mold spores, kill mycotoxins and VOCs.
It also helps with allergies and pet dander.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk a little bit today about allergies and pet dander as well. For those of you who have the Wellis Air, so many of you have sent DMs to us explaining how much better you feel. A lot of you have said, I used to sneeze all the time. I'm not sneezing anymore. Others have said, I've always had watery eyes. Since I started using the Wellis Air, my eyes are not watering. Runny noses, clearing the throat. So if you have enjoyed those benefits, we would love to have you tell people, because they hear it from you guys better than they hear it from us. But today you're doing an unboxing.
I was going to do an unboxing because for some people,
this doesn't live on the counter, guys.
Yeah.
This lives on the floor.
You want to show them? In fact, look, it's working.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Hold
Caroline's going to show you. Oh, how do you do that?
Well, I've got to turn this around. Hold on.
All right, here it comes.
I'm not the director here.
A lot of people say, I don't want it on the counter. You can put it on a counter. You can hang it on a wall.
Okay, so hold on. I have to.
I
have to turn the camera around.
Can you do it?
Ready?
Yep, there's one.
There's one. Okay, got that one. And this one right here.
Okay.
All right, so this is where we have ours. We have it tucked down here under our piano in the foyer. So you can see right now it's orange. So that means that it's working on something in the air. Red means, ooh, you've got a problem. I need to get working on this. Orange means it's in progress. And blue means it's clear.
And more specifically, when it's orange, it's within 10% of the baseline of allowable VOCs in your house, if it's stable air. If it goes to red, it means that you've had a spike in VOCs, so it's greater than 10%.
Oh, okay. So Joy said, I totally noticed the difference when I wake up. No head congestion upon waking. Thank you, Joy. That's amazing.
And just pan over.
Oh, look at this. We had a mouse die in an inner. This is the only air filter that reduced the odor. It was fabulous. Oh, that's great.
We haven't even talked about odor yet.
Nourished Mom said, I love mine. It's incredibly easy to set up and works amazingly well. Hey, Bunny. Hi, Buns. Take your moment, girl. All right, so Bruce is going to do...
I do want to point out one quick thing.
Okay.
This is our front door. We live on the side of a mountain, so our front door is very close to the street. So all day long, this is constantly turning red and orange as well as blue. It'll get back to blue, but the red is when like a truck goes by and there's a lot of exhaust and there's that, well, hello, my beautiful wife. Okay, we're going back to the setup, but we have to turn it all around.
Hold, you hold it.
Okay, holding.
You're back.
Okay, hello.
You're back.
Hello.
Okay. All right, now I'm gonna let you do. We want to show you how easy it is to set up. So
yes. So I'm gonna move. So this is a 3-unit box, and inside at the top, whether it's 1 unit, 2 units, or 3 units, you'll get your packing list, which will tell you how many extra cartridges are supposed to be in the box if you ordered extra ones. And there's 1 box. So if you order 1, you'll have this. There's a seal right here. I've already scored it to get ready so that I'm not futzing with that. And then there is, this is the cartridge replacement card on the top and the manual. The manual we're in the process of rewriting because it's not as good as I would hope, but it's good enough, and if you have any questions, you can call our customer support. So here on the top is the accessory box. And the first thing you'll see is this is the cartridge. This is the, we have scented and slightly scented, barely scented. Additionally, you also have a wall mount if you wanted to hang it on a wall, like that. It hooks on the back. And you also have the stand that it snaps into and the power cord. Power cord is right in here. That's it. So I have this already, have the power cord ready. The next layer, and everything is cardboard, so it's very low trash, low, you know, like we're trying to be as ecological as possible. We do have this little styrofoam sleeve. And you pull this out, and this is the actual unit. The unit snaps right into here, like that. And then in the back, you plug it in after you take the little twisty off. And that goes in right like this. There's a plug right here. In the back, this is the only thing that you have to be aware of is you do have to install the cartridge that would have been in the accessory box. And if you order 2 or 3, they'll also be in the accessory box.
But it's so easy.
Yeah, it's so easy. So you open this box, and out comes the cartridge. And in here is a little wick down at the bottom, little wick. So you take the wick out like this. See that? See that? And you take off this cap here. This is a great example. Sometimes you'll see, because you have to put it in the hole. See, there's no hole there. And we've had customers saying, hey, how do I get it in? There's no hole. All this is a little piece of styrofoam. Just take that off and throw it out. It's just to seal the hole. Now you can see the hole. Then you take the wick, put the wick in, voila. Take that, put it in here, close this, and then press power.
That took you 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you can do it quicker when you're not explaining it.
Okay, so what's happening now at the beginning?
So now it's cycling through. This will do every time you turn it on and off, or every time you put in a new cartridge. It'll do its cycle. And some people buy one and move it throughout the house. The good thing to know is it's instantly on. it's immediately sending out the hydromolecules that kill 99.9% of viruses, bacteria, mycotoxins, even VOCs. What this is a VOC meter, totally separate system inside here. The hydromolecules is one system, and that's working automatically. The measurement of VOCs is another system. So that takes a little while, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. It might lock in by the time we're done with this. And once it does lock in, it usually locks in at either red or orange. I've rarely seen it lock in at blue, just because VOCs are all around us. If you're standing near it and you put any hair gel in or hairspray, that's going to set it off sometimes. One thing on the side, there's a little green window here. All that does is tell you how much liquid, sort of a rough estimate of how much liquid is in the cartridge. But a little alarm will go off up here that will tell you when to change the cartridge in 90 days. And that's 90 days of usage. If you turn it off and want to save a little bit, it's only 90 days of actual usage, not calendar 90 days necessarily. But we suggest leaving it on all the time because A, it's only pennies a day. B, when you come home, you want to make sure that your house is clean. Now, this may be self-evident.
I cannot believe the sideshow going on behind you.
Am I being upstaged by Bunny?
Bunny is trying hard to upstage you. Just step aside for 1 second. Bunny.
On cue.
Hi, girl. Are you playing?
So we've had some people say, hey, I still have dust on my counters. I'm sorry, my friends, we have not figured out a device that will kill everything in the air and do your dusting for you. So you still have to dust. But know that the dust that's on your counter or anywhere is now virus, bacteria, mold, and VOC free, because viruses and bacteria can attach to dust. So our immune systems are super effective, and even though all day long we're breathing in dust from air, that's just life. At least now you know you're not breathing in dust that has a virus or a bacteria attached to it. So it's a good thing to know. A bunch of comments are coming in, but I can't read them because I can't see that far.
I can read for you.
One thing that a lot of people may not realize until if they have this in their bedroom is these lights are kind of bright. So there is a night mode right next to the power button. If you switch this, it turns off the light mechanism, and it also reduces the fan. Unlike a HEPA filter, it's still producing the hydromolecules that are going out and protecting you, just at a slightly less volume, but it's still very effective, and we do it every night. We put it on night mode when we go to sleep. And it won't turn off the green light. Sorry, we're working on that. So if that still bothers you, and it bothers some people, you can put a piece of tape over it, I guess. It's not really that bright. And then to turn night mode off, you hit the night mode button, and it goes right back to where it was, which it's still cycling.
But now it has to cycle again, or did that interrupt the cycling?
If it had finished cycling and you did that, it would go right to where like the status of your air. So
you know who's really enjoying your presentation?
Bunny. She's like, too much science. I'm done.
Bunny, we're keeping your pet dander out of our air.
Exactly. So,
is that good?
Yes, that's good. I do want to, so that you're not, you don't feel like you have to reach out to customer service, which you're happy to. We're happy to answer any questions. But a lot of people are saying, hey, I bought 2 or I bought 3 or I bought 1. Where's my cartridge? We put them in. We assemble the cartridges here in the good old USA in San Diego. So the cartridges are assembled here because we have to put that proprietary liquid in. We don't want that traveling across the ocean from Korea, where these are made. So the cartridges that you saw me assemble are assembled here. If you order more than one, one or more, it will always be in the accessory box. So a lot of people go, but there's a factory seal on the box. We actually seal it at our factory here. So we have a chance before we seal it with the factory sticker of putting multiple cartridges in the accessory box.
Okay, now it has stopped cycling and now it has turned orange.
Now
so what
it's
does
orange.
that mean?
Now that means that it's 10% greater VOC than stable air. So there's a baseline where the air is stable, and if it goes above that, then it turns orange. If it goes above 10%, then it turns red. And that just tells you it's working even harder. But that's a long note.
Yeah.
What? Anything I need to answer in there? Caroline will read it while I'm talking. Probably, maybe by the end of this call, by the end of this show, it will turn blue, only because I know that the rest of the units in our house are blue. But sometimes it's working kind of hard. Right now, because of the rains that we had here in California, and I know a lot of the country, but we had a tremendous amount of rain, and we just had... you want to read that?
I do. So
Okay.
Jan on Facebook, Bruce said, "We love ours. My husband has terrible allergies and sinus issues, and he is sleeping so much better. He's no longer getting up at night to use sinus spray.
Wow.
Thank you for bringing this product to us, Bruce."
Wow, I'm so happy. I was an asthmatic kid. I had a lot of allergies. It's probably, one of the motivations for my mother to do all the sort of research and investigation that she did on health, contributing factor. But had I had this when I was a kid, it would have been a game changer. I mean, I used to go through boxes of tissue paper.
Well, that's a good segue, Bruce, because we also have a sale today at SuzanneSummers.com on supplements. So it's 30% off supplements. Our promo code is DETOX30. And that's at SuzanneSummers.com. And we wanted to talk about some of the other tools. We look at this as like one of the things to have in your toolkit to help with detoxification. So the Wellaire is obviously helping to detoxify your indoor air and surfaces at home. The Nasal Renew is a supplement. This is actually a probiotic that is designed specifically to help balance the microbiome in the nasal cavity. A lot of us didn't realize, I didn't know until we started manufacturing this, that like our gut microbiome, we also have a nasal microbiome. And a lot of us, it's really out of whack, which can be contributing to some of the issues that we're having with things that blow in the air. And this Nasal Renew, I mean, Bruce can't live without it. This, he takes this every time he gets a little, something going on. Alan takes this a couple of times a day, actually. It's a fabulous product. If you guys have tried Nasal Renew, John here says Nasal Renew is amazing. Nancy, yes, we do ship to Canada. It costs a little bit more to ship, but we do. I'd like a price in this machine. I asked but got nothing. Amanda, the unit is $4.99 and it's marked down to $3.99. And then if you buy it in 2 or 3 units, the price goes down a little from there. And that is all on the website. Does it have any effects if using soy, candles, or diffusers?
Diffusers?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Diffusers.
Diffusers will actually activate the VOC meter. It turns out with diffusers, and we've had them often, diffusers actually emit a little bit of oil into the air, and you don't want those on all the time, it turns out, because the molecules, then we will breathe them in. And when you breathe them in, they actually coagulate in your lungs and can create some complications.
You're going to upset a lot of people who really
know.
love their organic diffusers.
I know.
The one thing that we did learn about this is that sometimes the meter will go off from organic compounds as well, the VOC meter.
Yeah, vinegar.
Yes.
Vinegar will set it off.
So if you love your organic diffusers, you may see that this will turn orange or red, but that doesn't mean that you can't use them. That's up to you.
Yeah. We don't.
But for some people, they were like, it was constantly red, and then I turned off my diffuser and it turned blue.
Yeah.
It's just working at clearing what it finds in the air. When you're cooking, I mean, for me, because you guys know I'm a big cook, for me, this goes off.
You're a small cook.
It goes off all the time when I'm cooking. You need to stand up, baby. You can't see you behind there. So that's how this. The machine is constantly working, whether or not the VOC meter is working or not. The machine is constantly working. It's like slowly emitting in very, very tiny. You can't smell it, you can't see it, you can't feel it, but it's emitting and traveling all over the indoor air up to 1,000 square feet. We have 3 floors on this house, so we have one downstairs in Bruce's office. We have one on this floor that covers this floor, and we actually have 2 upstairs because
we knew someone who sells them.
Yeah. So we have one in our bedroom and we have one in Violet's bedroom, but you could leave the door open and it would travel through.
You don't even have to leave the door open, so know that it's still getting under there, because what happens is the molecules expand to the space that it's in. And so when it gets to that space, when there's space underneath the door, it will actually go under the door and start to expand into the next space, a hallway or another room. So that's why we can say it's 1,000 square feet. It's not 1 per room, it's 1 per 1,000 square feet. We actually doubled up upstairs just because, as you know, Violet has been kind of the canary in the coal mine with a lot of these things, particularly mold. So I was just feeling paternal, and I knew a guy and I got an extra one and put it in her room. Yeah.
We also want to talk about other things that you can have in your toolkit to help with detoxification, especially of the liver. You know how frequently Suzanne has said, with all the toxins that we're being bombarded with all the time, our liver, which is our detoxification organ, it's groaning. It's overloaded with all the chemicals and toxins. We can get toxins from our food, from our water, from our air, from our skincare products, from household cleaning products. So what we have done at SuzanneSummers.com is to try to give you things to put in your toolkit to help lower that overall toxic load. So you know Suzanne Skincare doesn't have any chemicals or parabens. The hair care doesn't have any PEGs or parabens or sodium lauryl sulfate. The body, all of that. We have a household cleaner that doesn't have any chemicals in it. But this NAC is a really important supplement that helps with, again, detoxification of the liver. And NAC helps with longevity, liver, and lungs. So again, I thought it was a good pairing for the Wellaire, because if you're somebody who has issues, any kind of breathing issues where you need extra support in your lung area, number 1, let's get your air cleaned up. And number 2, a supplement like NAC helps your body to produce glutathione. Glutathione is our detoxifying antioxidant in the body. It's our most detoxifying antioxidant. So some people say, well, why wouldn't we just take glutathione? You can take glutathione, and I do recommend glutathione. NAC is what helps your body to produce its own glutathione. So that's why we use this. So this, again, helps support liver, lungs, and longevity. And again, you can use that promo code DETOX30 for 30% off supplements. The Wellaire is already marked down. It's a $4.99 product, and it is available for $3.99, and it also comes with your first cartridge, which lasts for 3 months. We do recommend you get an extra cartridge just so you have it ready, you're never out, and you're going to keep this in the refrigerator.
Why keep it in the refrigerator? Because everything in here is natural, and the shelf life of these cartridges are about 18 months, and you can extend the potency by keeping them in the refrigerator. So it's nice to know that the fuel that makes the hydro molecules is actually coming from a natural source. We have 2. We have Barely Scented, which is a citrus-based oil, and you can You can smell it a little bit. I don't want you to think that this is going to make your house smell lemony fresh. That's not the point of it. That's just it's a great fuel for the hydro molecules. And then the other one is not oil-based. It's got a proprietary blend of hydrogen peroxide. They're both equally as effective. The mechanism.
John wants to know how often you change the cartridge.
You change the cartridge every 90 days. These cartridges are $59.99. If you get subscribe and save, you get 10% off, sir, but they're about $54. So it's less than $20 per month to keep this going if you have it on 24/7, which we do. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, scented and unscented. The default is unscented, since the barely scented is exactly that, barely scented. The interesting thing about this is that we have it on the counter, and some people, because they see us doing this all the time, think it needs to be on the counter. It can be on the floor. It can hang on a wall. There's this comes in the box, every box. You can hang it on a wall. So put it wherever it's convenient. We have it in the corner of the room behind between the wall and the dresser in our bedroom. We have it under our stairs here on this level. And even here, when Caroline is cooking and making all those incredible...
Bunny. She wants to be in the show. Thank you for giving us great information and products. Everything I have added has been so beneficial. Thank you for doing these lives for us. Your family is darling. That's so nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, there's Bunny. It does help with pet dander. It helps with allergies. Obviously, it helps with VOCs. I think for a lot of us, there are certain toxins that we can smell, and we can see pollution in the air if it's a really nasty day. And those are the toxins that we're aware of. There are a lot of invisible toxins that we're not aware of, like, bacteria and mold and things like that you can't see. Some mold smells, some mold doesn't. In our family, we've done such a deep dive on mold, and we were all mold tested, and we were all sensitive to different types of mold. So sometimes I would walk in a room and just be like, oh my God, I'm dizzy from the mold, and Violet and Bruce would not be reacting. And other times we'd go in a room and Violet would just say, I can't be in here, it's so moldy, and I wouldn't smell a thing. So it really depends on what you're sensitive to. And the amazing thing about, she wants to be in the show, just pick her up. The amazing thing about the Wellis Air is that it's picking up what you can see and smell and what you can't see and smell, up to 99.9%. There she is. Oh my goodness. Wow.
She just wants to play.
You really wanted. You wanted to be in the show.
The other thing, I think probably the greatest thing about
it is
this
safe
device.
Well, sorry, I was just going to say it. That solution is safe for cats and dogs and humans and pets. It is totally safe.
And it's silent. It's not silent. There's a little bit of a
tiny little hum.
Yeah. Every once in a while, and it's a frequency that some people hear, but it's not that big, huge fan that you're used to with a HEPA filter. Mm-hmm. And when you put it into night mode, here, I can give you an example. It's orange now.
Oh wait, don't change it, because I want it to turn blue.
Oh no, it will.
You sure? It's
yeah.
not going to start recycling?
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm showing. See, when you put it into night mode, when we left, it was orange, and then I wake up and I go, it's still an orange, so it doesn't have to cycle.
Thank you so much for asking about Suzanne, all of you. We had such a sweet visit with them yesterday. Yeah. Suzanne loves my spring rolls, so I brought all of the makings for spring rolls, and Bruce and Camellia and Bunny and I went to see Suzanne and Alan yesterday. We had a great lunch. She was so happy to eat spring rolls. We had a lot of laughs. Yeah, we had a lot of laughs. It was really a sweet visit. And every time I go, I want you to know that I sit next to her and I give her a huge hug, and I say, this is from your 30,000 women who asked me to give you a hug and tell you how much they love you and how much they're all thinking about you and praying for you. And then we sit and we hug like this, and we both get a little teary. And I just want you to know how much she feels your love and prayers, and for Alma too. See, Meta Rosenberg
and men.
I gave her the big hug. Yes, about 10 to 15% of you are men, so men too. Of course. She just, we call you her ladies because you are her ladies. I do want to talk about couple other supplements while we're here having our detox day. SAMe is a really wonderful supplement for detoxification. It's good for so many things, but specifically mood, joints, and liver support. So let me explain to you how SAMe works. SAMe is, again, it helps to support methylation. So if you have lack of methylation, that is something that creates aging. So oxidative stress, lack of methylation, and that's why we need those additional antioxidant benefits. So something like SAMe, this is one of those supplements that it's good for the whole body, like curcumin. When we talk about things it's good for the brain, it's good for the heart, it's good for the endocrine system. This is one that's good for everything.
Is methylation what happens after you eat a lot of beans?
It is not.
Okay, sorry.
So when we get toxic buildup, again, that puts a lot of pressure on our liver to detoxify all of that. So the sulfur helps detoxification in the liver, and that's why SAMe plays such an important role, because it's like if the parent amino acid is methionine, that turns into SAMe. So SAMe is important because it helps with that sulfur process, which helps with detoxification and methylation. So this is your protector. SAMe is your protector. It helps with your moods. It helps with neurotransmitters like GABA and serotonin that make us feel calm and happy, and it helps to support that detoxification of the liver. SAMe. It comes in a blister pack. I don't know why it has to be in a blister pack. It must be like a freshness thing. You can take this up to 3 times a day. So you just pop this when you're going to take it, morning, noon, and evening. Are you going to take one?
No, I'm just going to reinforce that all of these are the same.
It's also really good for joints, because one of the reasons that we get osteoarthritis is, again, lack of methylation. So SAMe, by helping to increase that methylation process in the body, helps protect your joints. That's something that, for me, I take my Joint Ease and I take this SAMe, and when I skip it and I don't, I get a little creaky. My hands get a little tight. I can feel it in my hips as well. So that's SAMe. I'm waiting for this to turn blue. That's what I'm waiting for.
I know. So getting back to NAC, I've been taking this for 20 years. And the reason I started taking it, because I used to be a crazy avid cyclist. And when you're cycling, you're on the road and you're inhaling a lot of exhaust. And all the cycling magazines, cyclists take this because it clears out the lungs and it protects the lungs from a lot of that exhaust. So that was my main motivation. I had no idea until my mom started selling it that I was getting all the other benefits as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was lucky.
And then, of course, we know...
Same for SAMe.
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 You know, we've been talking about liver renew forever. This is milk thistle. Milk thistle is such a great ingredient to help detoxify the liver. This is for daily liver support. It's not just for when you drink. It's not just for when you have a hangover, although it's really good for that too.
Yeah. Every bartender has this in the back.
If you are drinking or needing a little recovery after drinking, definitely don't forget your milk thistle. But again, this is for daily support of the liver, constantly detoxifying the blood. It's cleaning. It's like this. Our liver is like this. It's going through your body, constantly cleaning the blood. So how can we help support? We've got 3 items here today. The liver renew with the milk thistle, the NAC, again, great for liver support and lung support, and the SAMe. These are all different ways to help support the liver. And, you know, the liver has a lot of things to clean. Oh, you know what else is great while we're talking about cleaning things out is Senolytic Renew. Senolytic Renew is to detoxify your cellular system. So obviously our body is made up of trillions of cells, and they're constantly replenishing, and then the old ones are dying off. So what happens when your cells die off? They're called senescent cells. That's what the old cells are. And if there are too many senescent cells, which it's like the debris that comes from the dead cells, it can impede the process of regenerating new cells. So Senolytic Renew acts like a broom to sweep out the old cells, the senescent cells, so that your body is available to make those new cells. So again, it promotes youthful, healthy cellular function. You only take this every week, once a week. Take 3 capsules once a week. This is not expensive because you only take it once a week. Most of our supplements, the containers last for a month. This one lasts for 3 months because you only take 3 capsules once a week.
Just like this.
Oh
3
my
months.
gosh, we could bundle them.
Yes, exactly.
So cute. And again, for the supplements, guys, we are Detox 30% off for the supplements at SuzanneSummers.com, Instagram. Here you go. Suzanne got her cookbook in Canada. Oh, good. Have you guys received, has anyone else received your served cookbook? I have to get it. Look,
Can you overload the liver by taking too many? Well, I take about 200.
He detoxifies a lot.
Yeah.
So if you guys got your served book, feel free to post it and tag me at Caroline Summers on Instagram or Facebook, and I will repost you. It looks like I'm getting it this week. Oh, good.
Congratulations.
Not yet, but it's on the way. Vicky got hers. Already started reading. Great. Oh, good. A lot of you got it. Tinsel Crystal. Awesome. So I really want this to turn blue, but it's got a little work to do.
Well,
the other one is still orange too.
So.
It's a very warm day in Los Angeles. So sometimes on those warm days, the air is a little more still and it's not quite.
Yeah, there's no wind out. So
it's interesting though, we had a power outage that we weren't aware of. And yesterday, we'd been out all day because we went to see Suzanne and Alan. And when we came home, I was sneezing and Bruce was blowing his nose. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And then we looked and the machines had been turned off because there was a power outage. Yeah. So we got everything cranked up. We were feeling a little better this morning. Barbara ordered a Wellaire. Hers is on the way.
Congratulations.
Catherine, yes, we shipped to Spain. Everything at Book Baby, they'll ship internationally. Thank you, honey. Can you please put the site here to order your book? Yes, Nancy, I will post it on Suzanne's page. It is CarolineSummers.com. Spelled like that. CarolineSummers.com.
Wait, very similar to my mom.
I know.
Interesting.
I know. I want to order a Wellis Air. Kelly, I hope you do. It has been...
It's been a life changer for us.
Yeah, amazing.
And it's really fun to be able to bring something that's revolutionary and knowing it's doing so much good for everyone's home and just creating just one more layer of protection with all of these things, with whether it's supplements or eating well or exercising or having a unit like this. Nothing is the panacea, but it all helps to create a healthy balance and allow your immune system and your liver that we're talking a lot about and your whole body to function at its maximum. And that's the point, right?
Exactly. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for joining us. We will be back. Can you stand up?
I can.
We will be back on Wednesday with another show for you. We need them here in Canada with all of our smoke right now. It's awful. Oh, Suzanne, I understand. And we have shipped out a lot of products to people who have been in the path of the smoke from the fires in Canada, the folks in Minnesota and New York and all over Canada and all down the East Coast.
And it's really effective on smoke.
Yes.
We had an indoor air expert who had this on. She said her outdoor air index quality was 498. That's the highest it's ever been with the smoke.
Scale of 500.
Yeah, 500. I guess at 500 you're just standing in fire. I don't know. Inside it was down to 30 because of Wellis Air. It was the first day she actually received her Wellis Air a couple months ago. So
Liz wants to know if you use this with the windows open or not.
you can use either. It's always going to work. Obviously, if there's a strong breeze, that's going to diminish the effects, but breezes are infrequent. So don't worry about leaving the windows open. It's still working. It's helping nature, and when the windows are closed, it's actually filling to the capacity of the room.
Yeah, we like to say it's like putting a little mini forest inside your home to
Right.
help. You know, when you walk around the mountains and you have that feeling of like, mountain fresh air. That is what this little machine is replicating with the hydroxyl technology. This is a patented technology that was created by these amazing inventors in Korea. Bruce learned about the technology and was going to do an advertising campaign for them because that is his core business, is advertising. And they came to him and said, we need distribution in the United States, and convinced him to, they said, you understand this product so well. So that's how this happened, rather organically, and here we are.
Yeah.
And obviously our folks at SuzanneSummers.com understand a lot about detoxification and why it's important. And so it's just been a great place to feature this. Obviously, this is also available at Wellaire. Is it Wellaire.com or Wellaire?
You can get there either way. Wellaire.com. You get there.
Yes. So some of you have asked me, you're like, I'm seeing this being promoted other places. That's the parent home is at the Wellaire site. And then it's just such a good partnership to put the Suzanne Summers team together with Wellaire, because we all have the same goals, which is clean, pure, healthy things. And you know, like Bruce said, we can't tell you that, you know, a supplement or a little machine like this is going to take care of every health issue you have, but we're just helping you to support your health in a better way. So thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, one last thing. We were starting to talk about odors, and we didn't finish.
Oh, yeah.
Odors are actually are molecules that go through the air, and this is incredibly effective at reducing and eliminating odors. So we have one customer who they own a number of assisted living homes, and they bought a bunch of them for their assisted living homes, which I thought was fantastic. Like, this is great because arguably you need this the most when you come into this world and in your twilight years, because that's when your body is stressed and figuring things out. And they said, yeah, well, it is good for our patients here, but we actually use it in the laundry room. I said, what? He said, yeah, the laundry room in an assisted living facility there's a lot of scents, you know, a lot of things are happening in that laundry room. And they said it's the only thing that they've effectively found to reduce the smells enough to make it tolerable, so that they don't have to wear masks and things like that. So I thought that was a good torture test. But with the smoke, people who are experiencing smoke, not only does it take care of the smoke, but it takes care of the smoke smell. So you can be seeing smoke outside, and inside you can eliminate or almost eliminate all that smoke smell. Yeah. So sorry, that was just a little side note.
All right, thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back on Wednesday at 11 a.m.
Thank you.